Our next working group will address population growth. It will be co-chaired by Senator Tim Wirth and Atiya Inayatullah of Pakistan. Senator Tim Wirth of Colorado is a leading environmentalist in the United States. He is a member of 4 Senate committees, including the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee. He is the author of a major Senate bill addressing the issue of global warming and has been active on an entire series of environmental issues. Senator Tim Wirth of Colorado.
Thank you very much, Senator Gore, and I would like to just start by introducing my co-chair, Atiya Inayatullah from Pakistan is here. Would you stand up, Member of Parliament in Pakistan? Dr. Inayatullah has a PhD in social demography, is the international president of the Planned Parenthood Federation, and knows an enormous amount about this, and she is going to have the greatest responsibility for all of this. Delighted that you are here. Thank you very much. I was asked to introduce this population issue, and I will do so very briefly. Referred to last night by Carl Sagan, by Al Gore this morning, and our 2 keynote speakers. And I would suggest to you that of the 7 issues that we're going to be facing over the next 2.5 days, this one, in my opinion, is the most important, the most difficult, and the most controversial. One quote sums it up very well. For too long, the subject of population was taboo, not only because of religious opposition, but because a lot of people were unwilling to discuss in public what they considered a private matter. Today, the population problem is no longer a private matter. In a world increasing by 2%, or 80 million more every year, population growth and how to restrain it are public concerns that command the attention of national and international leaders. That statement was written by George Bush when he was ambassador to the United Nations in 1973. In 1973, Ambassador Bush also wrote, quote, "Few issues in the world have undergone such a rapid shift in public attitudes and government policies over the last decade as the problems of population growth and fertility control." How true that statement is as well. Over the last decade, how rapidly a change we have gone through in attitudes and government policies. For the last decade, my government, unhappily, and too many governments around the world, have neglected this issue. And it is time for us again to bring the population issue to the top of the agenda. Many believe that given current population base and trends, this is the critical decade. Actions taken during the 1990s will largely determine whether human population will double or triple before stabilizing. It is up to us to take this issue to the highest level of debate with a sense of urgency. Unfortunately, most past conferences on international environmental issues have avoided, neglected, or felt uncomfortable with the issue. All of you have in your packets a chart of the major conclusions that have come out of major conferences in the last few years. And in that chart, you will note that the conferences are listed down one margin, and various areas of concern that we are addressing here are listed across the top, and their major recommendations. If you will look very carefully at the population column, it is this blank area running right down the center. This blank area on the issue of population. No place is our challenge more clearly identified and illustrated than by this simple chart. We must do better, even as the issue is difficult and controversial. Mrs. Inayatullah and I propose that our group will start with a discussion of the size of the demographic problem, why the problem exists, discussion of the impact, and how this is interwoven with the other 6 issues before us. We propose to discuss and outline the barriers to action on the problem, and then lead in all of this to the development of the agenda that we as parliamentarians around the world must pursue. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much.